There it is.
We're back. Hello.
It was on Fade to Black.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I am Rachel, our technical advisor.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two
Crazy
ketos.
It's
our first live stream, guys. Sorry about that.
We're running around with chickens with our head cut off.
Clearly.
Because we're leaving Saturday morning, hopefully by 5 or 6 a.m.
On the road again.
To drive to Elkhart, Indiana.
Just can't wait to get on the road
and I have
again.
So much to do.
I know. So let's just, for just this hour, Joe, let's just be here right now for this live stream.
Yep.
Instead of 57 projects going on at the same time.
You got to talk louder.
57 projects going on at the same time. We actually just got back
from selling 42 baby chicks.
So I guess they're a popular thingy around these parts.
Well, she even told me that nobody can find chickens.
It was like a mom group.
Well, no, this was one person. She bought. She's
going to share them.
No,
with
she's
friends.
not sharing. Some of the places that they're trying to buy from are requiring a minimum of 15. So some people only want like 5.
Right.
But
she wants 40.
Well, 11 were for her friend. Okay. And the rest were for her. And she was like, she really only wanted 20. And
chicken math.
And then she was like, how many Easter eggs do you have? And I'm like, 30. She's like, I'm not even telling my friend, I'll take them all.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
So what is it in your life that you're like, I'm not even going to tell my friend? For me, sometimes it's, I'm not even going to tell my friend I have bacon in this purse. Because if I tell someone I have bacon in this purse, I may have to share the bacon in my purse. So check my purse is basically, I think.
I'm making a whole bunch of bacon for our trip.
What do you not tell people that you have? I have found out that there's certain keto chow flavors that I think, oh, okay, we must be out of that. And then suddenly you're like drinking
the one I'm drinking right now.
Is that a butterscotch?
Yeah.
You can smell it, you jerk. You can smell it.
It's been sold out forever.
I don't know where it is. I don't know where the stash is. I'm going to have to find his hidey hole.
Well,
that sounds weird.
It's in the RV. It's in the closet. You're not looking.
I'm living in it?
You're not looking very hard. It's literally in the closet with everything else we have.
I am looking, but you have a whole you have a stash to throw me off the scent. There's a whole stash that I've gone through.
Just telling you. Welcome to our Thursday live stream.
Hi.
If you're new here, our Thursday live streams are just our chance to hang out with our community, answer questions about keto and carnivore or anything else within reason. So if you have a question about keto or carnivore, go ahead and type question and then whatever your question is, or use the super chat function, which is the $ down below. That helps benefit the channel, but it also highlights our screen and lets us know that you have a question. Carrie wanted to know, what keto chow am I drinking? Butterscotch.
Like a jerk.
I just made up like 5 of them for the road trip because 19 hours. Michelle actually had texted me that they drove past the Buc-ee's and Peyton got mad that they didn't stop because Peyton loves Buc-ee's.
That is my grandbaby.
Sounds like Rachel because I have to plan 2 extra hours onto the drive just to stop at Buc-ee's for
That's
Rachel.
the DNA test.
Yeah.
Do you cry if, in this family, do you cry if the person driving will not pull over so that you can go inside the Buc-ee's? That's the DNA test.
Chris
if you cry, you're mine.
Chris has 0 butterscotch. I have like 30.
So he thinks he has 5 for the drive, and I'm going to tell you right now.
I don't have any other butterscotch made up.
You have 2.5 for the drive, friend.
Why?
Because you want to get some hotel room love, and you're going to share your butterscotch keto chow, because I know.
There's none made. I made caramel macchiato.
We're staying in an actual room.
Yeah.
An actual hotel room. I'm getting some butterscotch keto chow. This is a family show, Joe.
So Carrie said Joe has a bunch of grape on top of the good ones. I only have 1 or 2 grape left.
Okay, Carrie, that is so smart. That is exactly what I think you're doing. That's what you have to do. You have to throw things that I just don't want anything to do with on top
They're
of the
literally
thing I
just
want.
all thrown and mixed up in a container, and I pick up what I grab. Okay. So I will be making a whole bunch of bacon for the trip.
What's the best bacon you eat?
And so Jamie wants to know, what is the best bacon you eat? Homemade when you can.
Yes.
We have a recipe on how to make your own.
Thick or thin?
Other than that, I like thick bacon when it comes to just eating bacon. I like thin bacon for like jalapeno poppers,
Yes.
things like that, because it crisps up faster.
Right.
But if we're just making bacon, like to have with eggs or purse bacon or something like that, I like thick cut bacon. What's the best one? Listen, I'm not picky.
The one in my mouth.
Bacon is bacon.
Yes.
I will say this. I don't like the uncured, like, bacon that you go to Aldi's and you pay like twice the price for 5 strips.
We're just cheap.
I want regular bacon that's cured.
Trash bacon.
With sodium nitrite and with salt. I think it makes a better bacon. That's how we make ours. People are worried about nitrites and nitrates. There's more of it in your saliva than is in the bacon, and it's only part of the curing process anyway. The only thing I would stay away from is like maple bacon, things like that, where they're adding a bunch of sugar. But if you pick it up and there's sugar in the ingredients, again, that's part of the curing process. Don't worry about it. It cooks off. So if so long as it's 1 carb or less for a normal serving, which should be at least 2, generally it should be 0 carbs for 2 slices of bacon, you're good. I don't, as my friend Juice from La Crosse says, don't pick pepper out of poop.
Right.
Right? So, like, it's bacon. It's good for you.
How about let's minor in the majors and don't major in the minors. No, don't minor in the majors and major in the minors.
Yes.
That sort of thing. But the poop thing also
The
works.
poop thing works better.
Okay.
Oh, especially when you use the word that he uses.
So I'm about to say something that you don't agree with. I like thin cut bacon most of the time. Joe likes thick cut in a lot of cases, as he shared. I like thin cut because I really like crispy bacon, not burnt, but I do like crispy bacon. The one exception for me, I mean, I will eat whatever bacon is there, but the one exception for me is when we make bacon jerky. And if you have never made our bacon jerky, stop what you're doing right now. You're going to want to go and find that it's super easy. It's in a dehydrator and it is the best thing. That's when I want thick cut bacon.
Trish said the best place to hide anything away from Bob is in the place that it actually belongs.
Amen, sister. How about the laundry hamper? The laundry hamper, none of my children, my husband, no one could actually find the interior of the laundry hamper. That is a...
John said, what happened to your dinner guest, meaning the cow? Yeah, I said finders keepers. Like, listen, legally, you have to keep your animals off of my property, but it's on my property. It's mine. Now, we're not doing that to our neighbor. We actually, Rachel met our neighbor finally that has the cows. He's actually a very nice guy.
Wonderful time.
We got all the scoop on the old owner.
We won't share. Joe, we're not gossiping.
No.
But
it's what we found out, what we thought was he was a jerk.
What we're happy to say is that like our neighbors are happy we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited that we have neighbors that are happy we're here.
You said you apologized for the pile of garbage in the back that we keep accumulating, and he was like, it looks the best it's ever looked.
I know, but I did feel bad because it is closest to him.
Eventually we'll,
but I promise.
I'm not gonna, I want to pay one time to get rid of everything,
yes.
And we keep accumulating
But
more.
he was super sweet. I was so glad that we got to meet one another and chat. I got to meet his grandson, his beautiful daughter. It was wonderful.
Okay, let's get into some of these questions. Sherilyn has a question. What kind of smoker do you recommend? Okay, so Sherilyn, it depends on what you're looking for in ease of use.
What a pretty name.
If you're looking for the easiest thing to use, that's going to be a pellet smoker. Okay, pellet smoker, if you remember, don't know how old you are, but if you remember years ago, Ron Popeil, set it and forget it.
It's a set
Pellet
and forget
smokers really are set it and forget it, especially if you buy like a mid to upper level one, like the cheapest ones where they don't have any kind of Wi-Fi and temperature probes. I mean, they're still set it and forget it, but there's a little bit more to it. But if you get into the medium range Traegers, the Pit Bosses, ones that you can buy in Home Depot and in Walmart and stuff like that, I think Pit Boss makes a decent low to mid price smoker, and they come with a 5-year warranty. So I've had Pit Bosses. I think that they're a good product. But getting one that has a temperature probe with Wi-Fi is great because you can put it in there and then you can monitor on your phone. But literally the reason it's set it and forget it is because you set the temperature. So let's say brisket, 225 to 240 degrees, depending on what you're looking to do. It's going to maintain that temperature. And now you're just going to cook your meat to temperature, not time, right? If you've got a lot of experience with smokers,
which I don't,
you can get into like offsets and Kamado Joes, but now you have to learn how to maintain fire and maintain the temperature in there. So to me, the easiest is a pellet smoker, and I think you get very, very good results. If you want like an upper end pellet smoker, I highly recommend RecTech. I think RecTech is great. I think Grilla Grills is great because they're all stainless steel. And if money is no option, which I wish it was for me, but it is, the best pellet smoker on the market.
Is it a Yoder?
Is the Yoder. They're made in America, but you're looking at a few $1,000s for it. But they literally are the best pellet smoker on the market. But I think RecTechs are very good. I think Grilla Grills are very good. If you're looking in that like $400-500 range or even less, depending on size, I think the Pit Bosses make a great grill. I'm not a big fan of the new Traegers. Traegers years ago were great when Joe Traeger actually developed it, but then he left the company and he actually designs all the Pit Boss ones. So Joe Traeger designs all the Pit Boss grills for Pit Boss. So, but the years when they put themselves in Home Depot, I think their quality went down compared to where they used to be.
You know, you hear that a lot, even because
John Deere did that.
I was going to say, we were landscapers. You know, we had a landscaping company. And so you would see that when you saw like mowers and things that would be like, you know, brands that we would see in like, you know, commercial level for businesses. And then as soon as you start seeing it in Home Depot, it's just kind of like a notch down.
So here you go. But you've broken off your friendship with her because she loves grape and she told you you're wrong.
What up?
But Donna Joe has a lot of butterscotch.
Donna Joe. I think I could steal some grape stuff from Joe for you if you want.
Okay, so Kenneth is on. He said he wants to sing happy birthday to Stacy. And then it's also my sister's birthday.
It's your sister's birthday today.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do Stacy and then we'll do Terry.
How about one?
No, we're good. You could sing twice. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stacy. Happy birthday to you and many more. So many more. So excited that we'll be late for your birthday, but we will be able to see Stacy along with a lot of people from Indiana.
Dustin.
We're so excited. We're going to be at Smokin' Fatty's next Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday. So if you are anywhere around Elkhart, Indiana, would you come have dinner with us? Because we would absolutely freaking love that. So many people, Miriam and Chris Bear from Keto Chow are going to be there. So many awesome people. I think you're just really going to have a great time. It's going to be, it's buy your own, not bring your own, but buy your own barbecue, and eat or don't eat. Don't even matter. You know, if you want to just have a visit and a glass of water, it's completely fine.
Sherry, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat and said,
Sherry.
Reddit is National Joe Day. Here's for being an awesome dude. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. Now you want to sing happy birthday to your sister, whose birthday is today too.
Yep.
Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you and many more. So many more.
Dustin said the Wawa that is opening soon in our town is getting closer and closer. I love Wawa.
Well,
except for their sodas are expensive. Like
comparatively,
my big deal is like if there's a racetrack, I'm going to racetrack because if I'm going, I'm usually getting a fountain soda. And
I like
racetrack,
Circle K is cheap.
Well, racetrack is 99 cents, but depending on how often you go to racetrack, like I go to racetrack a lot, so I'm like one of their higher end reward members because I fill up my truck and stuff there.
I'm a VIP at the gas station.
Well, because generally we go to racetrack to fill up the truck with our open roads card at the truck stop, and
we
that
save
all
like 50
counts.
cents a gallon.
And so I get one free soda a day at racetrack.
They're feeding your
Whereas
addiction.
Wawa, A refill of this is like $1.79, which to me is kind of like
Brought my cup.
I brought my own cup and you're charging me $2.
If I bring my own
But
plates,
I do like what
I
is
get
the
a
name of the
discount on
place
hot
that I
dogs?
like in Indiana? I think is it Sheets? I don't know. There's that one gas station. I have like wherever I travel, there's gas. Like the one Chris is here. The one in Utah that I like is the one with the clown. Whatever the gas station is whose mascot is a clown.
Scary.
I like that gas station.
Okay.
They have good they have good deals on their fountain soda.
We'll pass that 5-star review all along.
Okay,
hey,
Jamie,
you with the clown.
Jamie wants to know what's the best protein shake to drink. If you are looking for, I think the best protein shake out there if you're on keto is going to be Keto Chow because you're getting 1/3 of all of your vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients with it.
Because it's more than a protein
It's not
shake.
just a protein.
Right.
So I wouldn't drink protein shakes to drink protein, okay? Here's the thing, is that when you're drinking a shake, it should be your meal. So the problem with a lot of the ones, like if you go to the store, the pre-mixed ones, they're using a seed oil. You have no control over it. Doesn't have any vitamin. You're just literally getting protein, but with a lot of other junk in it. Whereas, like usually it's a seed oil for fat. It's 100 to 150, maybe 200 calories. Think Slim Fast kind of thing, which is not a meal. So I think Keto Chow is probably the best out there because you're getting your vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients.
And you can control how much fat's in it.
And you control the fat and the type of fat and all that. If you are looking for just a flat out protein shake, my next best one would be if you don't want all the vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients, is going to be Equip. And we have a discount link for that down below.
Because it's a beef protein.
That is made with beef protein. They use stevia as the sweetener. Honestly, it's the same exact beef protein as Keto Chow, except for Keto Chow's got all the vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients in it.
Keto Chow Core.
In Keto Chow Core.
Because that's, so Equip and Keto Chow Core is going to be a beef protein, and then regular, Keto Chow, that's not Keto Chow Core, is going to be a milk protein.
And if you're looking for a non-beef based protein, which I do not have a link for, but the one that I've used in the past, although I don't use it anymore since we really like Keto Chow better,
Keto Chow.
Is Iso Pure.
Yeah. That's one I think you can get like off of Amazon or something.
Yeah. Sherry said, I like thin bacon for wrapping jalapenos with. Yeah, I agree.
Because if it's too thick, it just doesn't stay on. And then you've got like a goo in the air fryer, right? Because it's like the bacon kind of slides off. The cream cheese is like out. And then like, I don't know. I want bacon in every bite. And like, just got to wrap it perfect.
Michelle, how is Keto Chow eggnog?
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, it's very good.
It's very good.
It is a seasonal flavor.
It is good. And we also use it. If you go to twocrazyketos.com, our recipe section has all kinds of recipes. And we even use that Keto Chow eggnog flavor to make, I believe it was a muffin that we made with the Keto Chow eggnog.
We won an award with it. It was like an eggnog stuffed cupcake.
It's really good. And then we also...
It's like cannoli. We made like a cannoli.
And then we also have an eggnog drink there.
Annie wants to know, after butterscotch, what is your next favorite?
Caramel macchiato. And I know that you're gonna think, because we like help create butterscotch and caramel macchiato. So obviously I'm, biased on one level, but we made it because I knew I wanted that taste. So that is like, those are two flavors that really are my favorite flavors because like I designed them for me in mind, right? If you're thinking of one that like we had no part of, but I really, really like, chocolate toffee has always been up there for me. Pistachio is really, really good.
Raspberry cheesecake.
Raspberry cheesecake is excellent. And if you use our recipe with raspberry cheesecake to make your creamer for your coffee, I think that it is one of the very best coffee creamers. And I know it's weird because you're like, raspberry cheesecake, how's that going to taste good as a coffee creamer? But it is good.
Diane said, I went to my first Buc-ee's in Springfield, Missouri. Amazing. Had a pulled pork sandwich, was so overwhelmed, had no idea what to get.
I can't wait. I'm getting new pajamas on my way.
If I stop.
You are absolutely stopping for PJs because like that I think they have. And
depends on how much driving you do.
I don't know how much, I can't remember what the name of the tag is. It isn't Buc-ee's brand. Oh, the turkeys are turning.
Turkey eggs are turning.
I find that some of their clothing, like I wear their t-shirts, but if they have like pajama pants, they're cute. Their bathing suit, I felt like it was a G-string. The thing just goes up really weird. So I wasn't a fan of their swimsuit, but the pajamas that they sell there were really good. They usually have like different like flamingos or dogs or something on them. They're not Buc-ee's brand, but they're sold in Buc-ee's.
The best thing for me is when it comes to Buc-ee's is that I can't eat 90% of what they sell in Buc-ee's, so it makes it really easy for me.
Go straight to the brisket.
The only thing we really get, we'll eat the brisket, the cheese, and some of like
the meat sticks are good.
The little meat chunks and stuff, but at least most of it we don't eat.
They make really nice little charcuterie, like
That's
adult
what I'm talking about,
Lunchables to go, where it's like cheese and meat together.
Matt said, almost broke my printing streak, had to print something small just to keep my consistency going.
I like that.
My problem is I was printing a whole bunch of stuff. I printed a box for the circuit breaker for our studio solar system, and there is a jam in the AMS hub, and the problem is I have no idea where my Allen keys are to take it apart, so I can't use my printer right now.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, at least we got some. He 3D printed some little
if we have enough
water and feeder cups. So like when we go to the option, or we have like the little chickie babies in a cage, they have like a feeder and a water that won't be all like weird and shifting in transit.
Trish said overnight think bacon in jerky is in the oven is so easy. You wake up to bacon jerky.
That's smart. Time
Stephanie
it.
Exposing Darkness said I don't have a dehydrator. Put it in the lowest possible setting in your oven overnight. Dustin said reuse frozen veggie bags to hide stuff in the freezer from kids.
You know what else could be is like your old tax folder. So like I know we're heading into taxes. You got to do an extension, dude. But like if you have you're supposed to keep taxes for like 7 years, but who is like looking at like 2018 right now? Like who is looking at that? No, but 2019.
Right.
So just go hide stuff in there and no one's going to find your stuff.
Dustin said, I can't remember, butterscotch is not a discontinued flavor, right? It's just not. It's like, no, it's out of stock.
Yeah, it's out of stock.
Let's see.
Hi, Angela. Not in Virginia. I have to keep the cows out of my yard. It sucks. Aw.
Miriam is here.
Liz
is here.
I just want to say publicly, Miriam had shared on Instagram that she had just went to like a conference on her own, hotel room on her own, made some new friends. I just want to say I'm so freaking proud of you, young lady. Like that is awesome. Like, and it's scary because, I get settled into like being with you. And then if you have to travel and you're not with your family or not, it's
easy
different.
for you, not for me.
It's hard though. It is hard. It's hard to like try something new.
Right.
And I'm just so proud of you, Miriam. You rocked it.
Heather, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. I wanted to pop in and say hi. Leah says hi.
Well, there's another birthday girl. We got to sing happy birthday to Heather because it's her birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you and many more, so many more.
Liz said, men, talk about menopause?
Sure.
Like ridiculous night sweats and flashes, but most importantly, hip pain. How do you feel about using hormones? First of all, I just want to say, I cannot stand when guys don't want to hear about menopause.
Yeah.
And female time of the month and all that stuff.
It's a part of life.
This is a part of life, and guys, if you don't like it, tough, because it's a part of life and your life would really stink without women.
That's right.
So that's number one. And it is something that needs to be talked about, right? So I'll let Rachel talk about it because she has tried it. But listen, I think that when it comes to hormones, for hormone replacement, in all of the research I've done, if it is something that helps you, I think you should use it. Dr. Jamie Seaman is a huge proponent of them.
Sure.
Now, you tried them.
Yeah, in fact, like what had happened was I saw that there was like some, low levels in my lab work, and I'm feeling good. I passed through the night sweats and all that. I found that consistent keto has helped with all of those things. Keto doesn't fix everything, but it had like helped me through the sweats and things like that. Like I feel like it's just the consistency when I am not like up and down in things. I think that it allows your body to turn its attention to those things that are not like life and death, but things that you're going through. It's kind of like when, I was talking to somebody recently who is not incorporating a lot of protein and doesn't understand why their hair is falling out and their skin is bad and their nails are having problems. And it's because it's not an essential function. You will live without this without hair. Joe is doing it fantastically, but once you eat properly, then your body feels comfortable to attend to other things. So I feel like it really helped me. I always had terrible periods. I had terrible PMS, and I was always having like problems with regulating my body heat even before menopause. But I thought, well, this is what the next step, this is what we're supposed to do. And so we flew to Omaha for a doctor's appointment because I really wanted to make sure that my doctor understood the way that I ate and make sure that it went with that. And so I did try hormone replacement therapy. And went to a very reputable compound pharmacy. I wanted very clean ingredients. Dr. Jamie Seaman was like all on board with that. And for me, it just always felt very exogenous. It had a very big steroid effect on me. I felt like it was like there was an exterior shell. I never felt like all of the benefits they talk about, like that you were going to feel so much better. You were never going to have problems with the sweats and stuff. That just didn't happen for me. I didn't want to jump Joe any more than I normally want to jump him, and I do. But so I felt like the benefits for me were just not there. And so for me, I stopped taking them. Other people that I've talked to, who's a great person to talk to about it too, is Amy Berger, because she found that it was really the missing link for her in her health, that she was having a lot of issues, and when she dialed in to what was the right hormone levels for her, it was a game changer.
Yeah. Sherilyn, thank you very much for the $9.99 super sticker. So Kat said, Joe, would corned beef brisket be too salty for jerky meat chips? No. That's actually a good idea. I never thought about that. I mean, we've made meat chips with brisket.
Right.
But I've never done it with corned beef, which is brisket. So if you don't know what meat chips is, that is where you take meat. Generally, like a brisket works really well with a rib roast, New York strip, and you slice it super thin. You really almost have to kind of freeze it to do this right. But you want to slice it like 1.5 to no more than 2 millimeters thin. And then you put that in the dehydrator for like 5 hours, and it comes out like a potato chip, but it is meat.
Really good.
And honestly, the more salt on it, number one, the better it's going to taste, but also the more it helps with the drying process. The biggest thing when you get into things like corned beef or brisket is it's fattier. So I think it tastes really good, but I would refrigerate it beyond a few days, because again, fat will go rancid.
So Sherilyn is saying, is that electric? Because no experience. Is the wood pellet grill, is that an electric grill?
So yeah, all the wood pellet grills they use electric, but they're not like electric smokers. So in other words, they are going to create a fire with the pellet. What happens is it's to kind of explain it simple. There's a little, like what's called a burn pot in the bottom. It's about this big. And then there's an auger that's going to slowly push pellets into that burn pot. And then the burn pot is going to basically be on fire, but the pot's only like this big. And then there's a fan that disperses the heat, and those pellets, because they're wood, have that smoky flavor. If you want an electric, just a flat out electric smoker, the Masterbuilts are the best bang for your buck. Now you can get into really good ones like the one that I have out here from Smoking It Barbecue, but that's like an insulated, you're talking about close to $1,000. I haven't looked at the price recently, but like they're up $500 to $1,000. You can get a Masterbuilt smoker, which is where we started with smokers, for like $150 at Home Depot. But now is it going to be the best smoker? No, because what it's going to do is you're going to put some wood chips in the bottom. It's got like a little heating element that heats up a tray that those wood chips are sitting in, and then the wood chips will smoke. They don't really catch on fire, but they do burn. But there's no fan, there's nothing to circulate the heat. You've got to rotate the meat because the top is going to be a different temperature than the bottom. So it's not really a set it and forget it. I think that unless you can't have like something with a fire, whether it be a charcoal or a pellet grills are the best. The only time I would go with an electric smoker is if you like live in an apartment and can only have electric on the patio.
Anthony's in that situation.
If you are trying to do something like sausage and hot dogs, which is why I have an electric one, because they're capable of low temperatures, like 100 degrees, 110 degrees, whereas pellet grills, generally you can't get lower than 160 to 170 degrees.
But we really enjoyed our Masterbuilt smoker, like getting started there. And one of my very favorite memories that we've had over the years was getting to meet and hang out with the McLemore boys whose family started Masterbuilt and let them know how much of a blessing that their family has been, and really got Joe started cooking. And so a lot of the recipes we've made and everything kind of started with their appliances. I really appreciate them.
Chris said, look, I really don't understand why grape haters think we would waste something delicious and let them have any. I mean, no way, man. All the haters are forbidden from ever thinking about my grape.
I'm gonna think about grape right now because you can't make me stop whining. I can whine as much as I want. You know what? That's it. We were talking in our chat on Wednesday morning, like some of the things that we do where it's like, well, I'll show you, like emotional eating, and some of it's not just sadness. Some of it's just like, well, I'm just gonna hurt myself right now. So I'm just gonna waste my whole entire day right now. I'll show you.
Yep.
Thinking about grape.
Dustin said the biggest letdown at Buc-ee's is their fountain soda selection. Yes.
Amen, brother.
Because they sell like Buc-ee's brand.
Yes. Ew.
They have Dr. Pepper, but...
Thanks a lot.
But they don't sell Coke or Pepsi.
I do appreciate you generally.
Miriam said that it's Holiday
Creamer.
Fuel Station is the one with the clown.
That doesn't make sense. Shouldn't it be like Clown?
Holiday Oil.
Okay, so if it's Holiday, don't you think their mascot should be like a Christmas tree or an Easter bunny or something? A Valentine heart. A shamrock for Holiday. What holiday has got a clown?
I don't know. John said Wawa soda isn't bad compared to Royal. The problem with Royal Caribbean soda is not the soda, it's Coke. The problem is that they need more
machines and ice
because they run out of ice, and there is nothing worse than warm soda.
I'm looking at you, Universal Studios. Universal Studios.
They're out of ice by 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm like, yeah. So it's really funny when John Paul and Joe are together because both of them, you know, need a diet soda when we're at Universal Studios, and the ice is always gone.
Chris said, I signed up for Open Roads, the diesel fuel discount program using
Joe's
link.
Good.
Yeah, so if you own a diesel truck, get Open Roads. We have it's not in here, but it is over on our camping thing where, you know, we have, you get it, you
now
sign
available
up,
in Canada.
It's now available in Canada. The biggest problem with Open Roads in the past was you had to use your social security number, which you now do not have to use social security anymore because, and the reason that people don't understand, why do you have to give a social security number? They have to verify you're a real person. Because basically what's happening is they're paying for your gas and then they're going to charge you.
And then you're reimbursing them.
Like my truck, if I run my truck to empty, it's going to cost me $400 to fill my truck.
And if they don't have something that proves that like there's a connection to you, you could just like dine and dip, with the gas.
It also required you to link it to your bank account, where you don't have to do that anymore. Now you can link it to the credit card, which is why you can use it in Canada, because in Canada, Canada's banks wouldn't work with the United States and vice versa. So now that you can use a credit card, Canadians can get it. But what's really cool about
That's very cool.
If you're an RVer, it's great because if you're towing an RV, you don't want to have to pull into a regular gas station because you worry about height and turning radius and everything. So you can go through a truck stop. But even if you're not towing an RV, like you just drive in through the truck lane, and you're going to save anywhere between 20 cents to 50 cents, sometimes more per gallon.
That adds
Because you're basically paying truckers' rates. So when you look in the app, it's going to actually tell you what you're going to pay. When you get there, let's say the pump will say $3.60, but if you look on the app, it's going to say, but you're only going to pay this.
And we talked to them about like, hey, are you ever going to have just like a regular gas? Because like our Elantra does not use diesel and we would love to get a discount, but the margins are so small that they can't be, comparative. A lot of times you can go to some place like Cumberland Farms or, Raceway or something, and they have some sort of like discount that they are giving you at the pump for like being a, loyal customer. And so you can get discounts already at the gas station and they can't beat that. But with the diesel, they can beat it. So I mean, because they're basically getting a fleet rate, but It helps.
Kathy said, yes, I knew about this. I was like, I wanted to tell you guys so bad, but Primal Fudge Keto Brick is coming back on Sunday.
Oh my
gosh. We have a link. I would really appreciate if you guys use our link. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you a discount anymore, but it does help us. It doesn't cost you anything to go to any one of our videos and click on our Keto Brick link. I love Keto Brick, and we do really love Robert and Crystal.
Sure.
But
and their new baby on the way.
I'm going to tell you, it will not be available on Monday. It won't.
Not if I have anything to do with it, because
even when what was the last one that came back out?
The
Carnivore cake pop, it sold out on Sunday. Like they cannot make it.
And Primal Fudge is as good as cake pop is. Primal Fudge is like in the stratosphere better than it. And this was the one.
I don't even know how many we have left.
We hardly have any left because I have Keto Brick for Keto Brick out-eaten Joe on this one. Because it is just, oh my gosh.
If you want a little something sweet, and usually I would say Keto Brick does not taste like candy, but it really is like chocolate. But I mean, it's literally beef tallow, some cocoa powder, and beef protein.
Oh my gosh, it's so freaking good. Like it really, really like satisfies like that chocolate at night craving, it's that good. It is that good. So yeah, we gonna be ordering some of the Primal Fudge for real, like on Sunday.
Chris said there's 0 Buc-ee's on I-80 between Utah and Indiana. I am sad.
Well, you need to move. I feel like here's your sign that you have to. Like, there's no option.
Chris said, getting the AMS hub split apart is terrible. I know. I broke one once because I lost a stupid little spring on it, so I'm not looking forward to doing it.
We've had a lot of those little, like, throughout.
I really want the new one, but, like, number one, $2,000. Number two, they're already sold out.
Of course, you can't always, have a camera when stuff happens. I wish that we had a camera for, like, the top 10 I dropped a screw or I dropped something in the worst possible moment, like, oh crap moment, because we've had some doozies during this renovation. Do you remember when you were putting in like the cabinets and what was it that like you dropped down? It was like, it was a part of your tool or something.
Drilling the hole for the plumbing, for the drain pipe for the sink in the kitchen. And while I was drilling down, the hole saw came off of the drill and dropped between it dropped between the bottom of the cabinet and the floor. So the only way you can get it back would be to remove the whole cabinet, because there's no way so you have the floor of the cabinet, but then it sits up 4 inches. So there was no way, you can't remove the toe kit. So there's no way unless I move the whole cabinet, or sat there for an hour with a pair of needle nose pliers trying to gently pull this thing up through the exact hole that it made. But I got it.
Praise God, he got it. But have you like when you could you keep the coughing down? We're trying to have a live stream here.
Sorry.
But like you get to that point with your spouse where just like I don't know what to do and I don't know where to look because he is so upset right now, but like at himself, and there's nothing I can do. If I could have like Hulk smashed through the cabinet, but like I can't. We need to protect the cabinet.
It was gonna just stay there.
It was just gonna live inside of it. Thankfully he found it. But like those moments as the spouse where you're like, I got nothing.
The real problem with here on the farm is I'm
nothing.
used to like working in a driveway, and it's like, you know, if you're working on your car, you put the screw. Here, if you put down a screw, if you drop a screw, or it's gone forever.
Bye.
Because it's either grass or gravel.
Right.
Like it's gone forever. And so I'm taking a little get used to. Bill said, you know how G-strings got their name? When you pull them on or too quickly, it makes a
OG. I'm telling you. But and so because I like so much at Buc-ee's, you know, you venture out into things you wouldn't normally buy. Like impulse buying a bathing suit at a gas station, that's up there. Like if I say it out loud, it seems stupid. Don't buy an impulse purchase gas station bathing suit, right? Like don't eat gas station sushi. Like it seems like it's up there. But then I thought, you know what? We have been 10 for 10. I love everything I buy here. So we just gonna buy this thing. And it was like, no, 9 out of 10 dentists. And this is the 10th dentist that
Trish
no.
said, I don't get G-strings. I spend most of my life trying to keep my
underwear out of there. I know. Well, it did not look on the hanger like it was supposed to be a G-string. It
was a one piece.
It's also the reason why, you know, I'll tell you, you want a G-string, you do those slides where it's like the straight down slide. The straight down slide, guaranteed. Even if you're wearing swim trunks.
Jennifer said to hide things in the fridge, wrap them in, this is a great idea. I'm going to start doing this. Wrap them in white butcher paper and mark it liver.
That would totally work with me.
I'm going to just start doing that. But I'll have to put it in something other than...
You can hide money like that.
You're going to remember that.
Your Christmas gift. You wouldn't touch it either. If I put liverwurst on it, you'd touch it. But if I just put liver...
Amy said I was having a terrible menopause issues that I refuse to go on hormones because I'm high risk for breast cancer. Yeah, I would avoid it as well. I will say that the more meat Rachel eats, the less symptoms she had.
Yes. Now Heather is saying low dose estrogen has helped my migraines lessen, and she's had like some severe migraines. So again, this is one of those things, and I have to say, us women, we are so not basic. We're complicated. We're freaking complicated. It is why most medicines are not tested on women. Why? Because you cannot get 100 women to test anything that are doing the same thing.
Most of the medications that they talk when it's statins, all that's not
tested. It's tested on a man. Because
so when you see decreases like risk of heart attack, but the testing was only ever done on men. It wasn't done on women.
And I used to really hate the fact that like, why am I so complicated? Why don't I understand? Why is like another woman like my age, my very similar circumstances, having like completely different lab results or completely different like effects of stuff? And I just got so frustrated. It was so complicated. But then I started to decide I'm going to celebrate the fact that I need some more investigation. I am precious. Like I am not basic. I am very complicated in a beautiful
That's for sure.
Rolex watch. There's a lot of intricate parts going on inside of this weirdo.
So Heather said low dose estrogen helped her migraines. Liz said, Joe, you're a treasure. Thank you.
Because you're willing to talk about stuff.
Carl Keto Dog said, how many more birthdays? It's Evelyn's birthday on Saturday, so we can do this one more time.
Yes, let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evelyn. Happy birthday to you.
And many more. So many more.
We are so far behind. Let's get caught up on these. Jesse said, how do you know how much protein you need? Minimum of 80 to 100 grams. I mean, that should be your bare minimum. 80 to 100 grams should be the bare bare minimum for anybody.
The Miriam bare minimum.
I don't care if you are 5 foot and weigh 90 pounds or you are 5'7" and weigh 200 pounds. The absolute bare minimum any person should be consuming, and it's honestly 80 is not enough. Really, the bare minimum should be 100. If you really want an accurate number, it would be to take your lean body mass in weight and eat that many grams of protein. So if you have 100, if you weigh 100, if you have 115 pounds of lean body mass, then eat 115 grams of protein. The problem is most of us don't really know that. So bare minimum is 100. You know, anywhere 100, 150 is a good number unless you're doing more workout. Here's the thing about protein. Once you get to the age of 50, you lose about 1% of your muscle mass every single year. As we get older, our body absorbs protein less efficiently, so you need to consume more protein. But as we get older, it becomes harder to eat more food. So that is why it is so important to preserve your muscle mass. And when you are under eating protein, you will lose muscle mass. And so it's kind of this thing of you need to eat enough protein and lift some weights and do strength training, and just to preserve and possibly even put on muscle, because the older you get, the harder it is to put muscle on. By the time you get to 50, your goal is to just preserve as much as you can.
Preserve the muscles.
So if you're in your 70s, 100 grams of protein is not enough.
Because you're not getting
more, because your body can't absorb as much protein as we get older. So, you know, like I've met people, I was talking to somebody on, I think it was the low carb cruise, where they're like, their husband was consuming like 90 grams of protein, and like even the doctor was like, no, you need to be consuming like 190 grams of protein,
because you're just not getting to keep it all.
It is easier than you think. If you have a hard time consuming a lot of food, you at that point are looking for nutrient density. You shouldn't be touching anything that doesn't have a lot of protein in it,
because I can't be bothered with that.
Keto desserts, if you can't eat, like people are like, I just can't eat that much. Then I don't want to see you eating a vegetable. I don't want to see you eating a keto dessert. Like, you should be meat, and more meat. Okay? But dehydrated meat,
that helps.
Like, that is going to really help, because it's going to be high in protein. Yes, you do lose some of the protein in the dehydrating process, but it's still going to be a lot of protein. But now you go from, instead of eating a pound of meat, you get roughly the same amount of protein in a quarter of a pound of food.
Yeah.
And so the older we get, the more you have to worry about nutrient density, and everything that you're eating should be based on how nutrient dense is this, meaning how much protein, how many vitamins are in it. And if it doesn't have that stuff, don't eat it.
Yeah, it's hard and it's not fair. So we can just say it all together. This is not fair. I think that as we age, we should have like purchased ourselves more room for nonsense. But apparently the nonsense is all in the younger years, and we got to get serious as we get older, right? So if you know this is how much food I can eat, there's no room for all of the desserty stuff and like more entertaining vegetables and stuff like that. We just got to get right down to business. And I hope that it brings you some comfort that you're not alone. Like, I'm pissed right along with you. So at least like we can do a misery loves company thing, right? Because I'm having to eat a whole bunch of protein when I would like to eat, you know, have more room for a Quest peanut butter cup, right? So you're doing it and I'm doing it. So at least you're not alone. And as I get older, I will have less and less room for nonsense. And so we're in this together. So at least everybody in this way is the same. I like that.
Yeah, John, I'm sorry, but it's kilogram, not pound. Gigi, question, where can I get a blood test that I listened to on Keto and Carnivore Community? And what kind of blood test? I'm on 30 days beef butter bacon egg. I don't want to go to my primary doctor.
And you know why.
Thank you. Own Your Labs. There is a link down below. We don't make any money off of it. But Own Your Labs is a company from Dave Feldman. And you can order a lot of blood tests on there very, very cheaply.
I think we have a bundle.
There's actually a couple of different bundles that Dr. Barry had recommended when we did beef butter bacon and egg. I think the link gives you 5% off, and then you get another discount if you agree to let them use your results anonymously to further the studies of the Citizen Scientist Foundation.
Right.
So, but you're going to get, like, I think you can get an A1C test for like $5.
It's very reasonable. And again, we do not make any money off this. We have just helped to curate this package, these bundles, because we know how hard it is to get labs and we know how frustrating it is. And we want people to be able to just go to a one-stop shop for it. So Own Your Labs. It's the best that we found.
I mean, I feel like we paid like $130 for all of our blood work we did on the beef, butter, bacon, and egg video that you saw Dr. Sivas analyze. And we
Dr.
got
Berry.
extensive testing. I mean, we got like NMR profiles, which is a very expensive cholesterol.
Right.
But I think we paid like $140, something like that.
They learned a lot about me.
Yeah. So like I said, yeah, I did. It's for protein, it's 1 gram per kilogram of your lean body weight, not pound. I don't know what I was thinking there. Because nobody's gonna have 112 pounds of lean body mass.
Ripped.
Trish said, "Have you ever thought about making Spam meat chips?" No, but we will be doing.
Yes, join
like
us.
Spam at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing when we get back. We're gonna find out exactly when we're gonna be coming home from Elkhart. When we get home, it's gonna be Spam. We're gonna do the Spam challenge. Bam, Spam. Let's do it. So start getting your cans of Spam together. We just think that that's something that we
It's
haven't.
just gonna be fun. There is no nutritional purpose to this other than something we're doing.
This is not.
If you want to join us, like
This is not like.
I predict Rachel will make it a day.
30 days of Spam is going to make you 20% cuter.
We are not doing 30 days of Spam.
I'm just saying that we are not making any type of claim. There is no hypothesis that we have that like Spam equals fountain of youth. However, it is very popular in Hawaii, and that is a beautiful place. So, I mean, make the connection for yourself if you'd like.
Deanne said, keto for 12 years and compounded HRT are life-changing for me.
Awesome. Thank you. See, and this is why I love community, because like we're talking about, everybody's going to be different. So my advice is going to be have that conversation with your doctor and maybe even open yourself up to trying it if they think it'll be beneficial, because what you can do if you don't feel like it's working for you is what I did, which is quit doing it. So, I mean, it's a trial and error thing, but we do that with a lot of stuff, right? I mean, the things that we've eaten and no longer eat, even on keto, because trial and error.
Sherilyn said, use pellet smokers outside. Any smoker can only be used outside. You're not going to be able to use a smoker in the house.
Right.
Because it's going to create smoke.
Yeah.
So whether it be an electric or a pellet or anything like that.
We put it on the patio. Even our first master built was on the patio.
Yeah, you can't use a smoker in the house. Danny wants to know, how is the house coming?
Thank you for asking.
Right now, we're kind of on pause. So we've got this. I've got to do the second coat of taping and mudding in our closet and the laundry area and right in front of the bathroom. Yeah. Then I can texture and paint basically this whole area. So the only thing that will be left is the bathroom and the 2 back rooms. But we're on pause right now from this. I know.
We're building our studio.
Because we're doing the studio just because we need to get stuff like
filmed.
We want to get out of here so that we can put away stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we're doing the studio. So I did all the walls. I have like 3 pieces of wood to put up.
We have an air conditioner.
We did the entire inverter system. So thank you to Signature Solar. Which we'll have a video on that, but basically I purchased from Signature Solar in Texas. I bought solar panels, some server rack batteries. I'm going to go through it in a vlog. And then I got an inverter, and we are basically running the studio completely off of solar.
How fun is that?
And so it's kind of cool. I'm going to be testing to see how long can I run the air conditioner, but I think I have enough battery power that I can run the air conditioner for a couple of days.
Talk about an upgrade. We had to move out to a farm in order to have a studio when we tape videos are actually going to be able to have an air conditioning on, because whether you knew it or not, like most of our videos when we were living in Coconut Creek, like for this last 5 years, we were sitting near an air conditioner that was loud. And so we had to have no air conditioner. So it was rough some days.
And so since we're going away for a week, we just had other priorities that had to get done so that we can leave.
readying all the stuff for
readying stuff for
the chickens and turkeys.
People who are watching the animals for us, and doing all of that kind of stuff. Rachel had to go watch Peyton. I had lacrosse games this week. So when we get back, it will be kind of nose to the grindstone in the house.
Yeah, because we've been so lazy.
Well, the thing is that we have to at least be able to live in the house for a week, because I will be taking our home,
which is the RV,
to Texas, like April 27th, and I will be gone for a week while Rachel stays here.
Who wants to do a pajama party?
So,
pajama party.
We need to at least get the bedroom done so that we can throw the mattress on the floor and Rachel can stay in there. Like, the house won't be done, but it will be livable. So the goal is, I have 2.5 weeks when we get back to get these rooms painted and the closet done so that Rachel can move into
I gotta say, as crazy as it is, we do pretty good with a deadline. Like, deadlines are actually helpful.
Yeah.
Now, if you haven't signed up for it already, we will be speaking at the Keto Online Summit, Keto Diet Summit that's coming up April. I believe it's the 7th through the 9th. I think we're speaking on the 8th. Really looking forward to that. It's free to join this online event, and I will be posting the link for it. I think I already have in Mighty Networks and in Facebook, or Facebook family group. If you want to check that out, get your free ticket using our link. They obviously have like VIP options available, where everybody is contributing some like really cool stuff. I know Maria Emmerich is going to be speaking. I believe that Ben is going to be speaking as well. So it's going to be a great event, and it's a conference that you can watch from the comfort of your living room in your pajamas. Like, how great is that?
Jamie said it's a 2-year anniversary. Her 2-year anniversary.
I cannot believe that. Jamie, I remember when you were just getting ready to go. That's crazy.
Chris said also using truck lanes has high flow diesel pumps that have giant nozzle fill. I can't use them. I actually hate that part for the truck stop, because I had put the 60-gallon fuel tank in and I should have taken out the thing. There's a backflow preventer and I should have taken it out. So when I can't use the high flow. I have to like hold it and let it trickle. Otherwise it just backs up. But that's because I changed my fuel tank. Let's see. Oh, I guess they're getting one up there. John said I get 10 cents off at Walmart with gas with Walmart Plus. Yes.
Regular, but that's going to be regular gas usually.
Our Walmart, do we have a gas station here? I guess we do.
So Donna Jo said, cake pop is so good and I have a fifth of one breath left. Primal Fudge tastes like the icing in the Keebler Fudge sandwich cookies. Yes, it does. It is, yes, you are correct. That is correct. What do we have for her today? Something grape.
Okay, Chris said laughing at people that are mad changes their mind and they become happy, right? Isn't that how it works?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have another reason for a time change. You guys would have cracked up.
Yes.
To get rid of the time change. So I go out and we're trying to get everything ready. I'm trying to put bags of feed in bins because we have 3 different cages and we're trying to move people around. And
by
I
people,
look
we mean
in
chickens.
and I see our teenager chickens, which are our 9-week-old chickens. And I look in and I see the automatic coop door is closed. And that is because of the stupid time change that it closed the door because it thought it was a different time.
So Joe,
and so now all of our chickens are locked out, or at least what is there? There's like 12 of them in there. They are locked out of their coop. So I crawl in to open the door. And then while I'm doing that,
3 sneak out.
3 snuck out.
So,
and Rachel, I wish I had a video camera.
I'm glad you didn't.
Of Rachel chasing the millefleur duckles around, and those are the fastest chickens I have ever seen. They're only about this big.
They're so tiny.
And they're old. They're 5 months old.
We should probably add on that Joe said 3 of the teenagers are out on the RV. I was getting dressed for this live stream. I had a turby towel on my head and I only had my underwear and shorts on. And so I ran out, and now you're really glad that the neighbors aren't like super close and we have a lot of like street traffic, because I am running around the yard chasing this bionic chicken with just a turby towel and my underwear and shorts on. And Joe is just
But if we would get rid of the time change, we would not have this issue.
I'm telling you.
Gina said, I remember when your low-cost health insurance, I'm moving to Florida this summer. I was wondering if you could give me some advice. Let me go to the doctors, maybe watch her twice a year.
Okay. You're moving to Florida, and so you're looking for advice on like lower cost medical insurance?
I couldn't help you with that one.
We've got like the cataclysmic insurance with like a crazy deductible to keep the cost low is what we use, sadly.
Andrea, my problem with protein of 100 grams, what does it look like? Best thing to do is use something like Chronometer.
Yep.
If you want a
really
good guesstimate, a pound of 85-15 ground beef and a few eggs in a day.
They'll get you in the ballpark.
Is going to give you about 100 grams.
Yep.
I feel like there's 10 grams of protein in an egg.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like eating 12 and a half eggs.
Because don't think of it as like 100 grams. Like you're thinking like that seems heavy, but no, it goes quickly. And no matter it doesn't matter if you weigh if you're looking for grams in hamburger meat raw, or if you cook it, you lose fat changes, but the protein stays the same. So it doesn't matter if you are counting those protein grams before or after you cook it.
So 80-20 ground beef contains 19 grams of protein per 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. So if you go, 16 ounces to a pound? 16 divided by 3.5 is 4.57, multiplied by 19. So if you eat a pound of 80-20 ground beef a day, that's 87 grams of protein.
You are really close to there.
And then throw a couple of eggs in there and you're that. And
you got it.
Listen, a pound of ground beef before cooking is not that much. It's just not that much. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but it was very easy for me to eat 2 3/4 pounders from McDonald's pre-keto.
And this way,
and that's with the bread.
I was gonna say you only are having to eat the meat.
Go buy 4 quarter pounders from McDonald's and throw out the bread and all the toppings, and you're eating 85 grams of protein. And now you're broke, but I'm just giving you an idea.
And just keep in mind, you have the whole day to eat that thing. So people like to do all of the things at once. Like, okay, tell me how many times I'm supposed to eat in a day. What is my eating window? How many hours do I have to eat it? And how much do I have to eat? We do not have to change this, make this a competitive eating challenge. You don't need to OMAD a pound of ground beef in a 2-hour time period, okay? You've got the whole day to do that, right? So focus on one thing. If you're like, hey, the most important thing is for me to get my protein in, then what goes to the back burner? How many times you eat a day and the time period you eat. Because you do have to have a priority. That goes up to the top. I know that we would like to do all the things, right, but I think it's really important that you decide what's the priority for you and then be able to focus on that. So right now, if you're my mom, you're 75 years old and you need to get more protein in, I don't care if it takes her 3 or 4 meals to do that, to get it in, because it's most important that she gets the protein in.
Yeah. Also, a cup of chopped up chicken breast, just like diced up chicken breast, a cup of that is 43 grams of protein. So eat 2 cups of chicken breasts a day. Now,
Yeah.
is chicken breast the greatest thing in the world? No, it's too lean.
So
but
add-
it gives you an idea, like 2 cups of chicken breasts.
Put some mayonnaise, make our homemade mayonnaise or get the good mayonnaise so you're not consuming a bunch of seed oils. But get good mayonnaise, mix that up. Chicken salad, dude, I can eat 2 cups of chicken salad. I love me
Lady
some chicken
Fritzer wants to
salad.
know, what time is the keto we're going to be getting off? What time is the keto rich fudge flavor come out to buy on Sunday? 1 p.m. Eastern. It's
Eastern.
always 1 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern time. Oh my Lord. I'm so excited.
Um,
Because there is going to be a Primal Fudge keto brick in my purse as we travel. I know that much. I don't know how far it's making, how many miles before I consume it all. But
Dustin wants to know, can we run my 3D printers on solar? It depends on how much solar you have. 3D printers can use a lot of electricity because of a heated bed. But we don't have solar in the house yet. We're going to have the first 2 places that will have solar, aside from the RV, will be the studio. So the entire studio, cameras, air conditioner, lights, all of that will be run off of solar. And then my
storage unit, workshop.
my storage unit, which is the shipping container, will have double the solar that the warehouse, that the studio shed has. Eventually, we will do solar here in the house. Depending on how you do it, like to give you an idea, our electric bill is about $250 a month. If we went like the Tesla Powerwall, it would be like $30,000, which can't afford that.
No.
But I can do the system myself for probably less than $10,000. That's why it's like later off in the future. But I would have a 0 electric bill. We would be completely off grid. Now, compare that to, again, living in hurricane country. A whole house generator would cost me close to 10 grand by the time you had everything wired in, paid for the generator.
But you need fuel
and all that. And then you still have to worry about fuel, propane, all of that stuff. So I could eventually convert the entire house to solar and never would have to worry about a storm taking my electric out, which is why I want to go solar over a generator.
So what do you do with the solar panels as far as like during a storm? Like
they're screwed onto your roof or put on your solar,
protect them.
or they're in a solar field or they're screwed on a roof.
Yeah.
But even if you break one panel, you'll still get solar.
Christy said, today is the day I get to the bottom of my weight gain and carb creep. Just went on Tastermonial and ordered a CGM. Use the 2KK discount code. Thank you. Here's to getting to know thyself. And
good job.
That is excellent. And again, celebrate that fact as you're collecting that data. I'm going to say a CGM, you're looking for your baseline. That is the best advice I can give you, because don't chase somebody else's numbers. It's going to be different. What you're looking for is what I call a handwriting line in school, where it's like you've got a pretty close handwriting line and you want it to look steady. Now, is that going to be an 85? Is that going to be a 95? Like, what is that for you? Everybody's going to be different, but
Right.
What you're looking for is steady.
Right.
That's basically what you're
Jesse
looking for.
said, did someone say grape salty? No, there is no grape salty. We just
Thank goodness.
We like to tease Miriam about it. There's no sense in teasing Chris because Chris likes grape. Miriam hates grape.
Because she's smart. She's a
Anybody
smart
who
woman.
knows me knows that like I've been teasing Miriam about grape everything for years.
Now Gail said,
and that was the funny part is they I think part of it was they brought the grape
ugh.
the keto chow because I like it so much. So now I tease her on grape salty and also peanut butter and jelly, that we should have a grape peanut butter and jelly keto chow.
Oh no. So Gail says pineapple salty sounds good.
That would be good.
That actually does sound very refreshing, right? I feel like that would be one that you would enjoy making sparkly.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to get off. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for sharing your Thursday nights.
We will be on the road this weekend. So keep us in your prayers if you're a praying type of person. Like I said, we have about 20 hours of driving. We need to be in Elkhart. Well, we really need to be there Sunday night, but we have to be there before 9 a.m. on Monday. And I will be shocked if I can get out of here by 6 a.m. on Saturday when I want to.
Not without a miracle.
So, and I really don't want to have to drive straight through. So Again, if you're a praying kind of person, keep us in your prayers. Monday's Keto Beyond the Couch will be pre-recorded because we need to pick up our RV at 10 a.m. So it may be a slightly different time. We're going to see how our schedule goes, but we may push it back an hour or two so that Rachel can still join live.
That's what I would like to do.
Okay. So, but thank you so much for joining us.
Have a great night.
Bye.